Are you interested in buying a house, but you're not sure with all the uncertainty and high interest rates if you should pull the trigger? So I'm going to go over maybe why you should not buy a house right now and when you should actually buy a house if you're in the market to buy. So let's dig in. So let's first start discussing what has actually happened in the housing market in the last few years. The housing market has gone through significant changes, especially in the last 5 years, globally and in North America. Some of the main trends and events that have shaped the housing market are low supply and high demand. The supply of available homes for sale has been unable to keep up with the demand of buyers, especially in major urban areas. This has led to increased competition, bidding wars, and increased prices. Another thing is lower interest rates. The central banks were keeping rates so low that it could stimulate the economy, so people would be more enticed to buy property, borrow money, do home renovations. Another thing that had a big impact on the housing market is the COVID-19 pandemic. It changed a lot of the ways how people work, where they prefer to live, and how they traveled. A lot of people were moving from urban to suburban or rural areas because it was safer and cheaper. There was also a surge in demand for single detached family homes and cottages instead of condos and apartments. At the time, there was also a decline in immigration, student arrivals, and tourism, which had reduced the demand for rental properties and short-term accommodations. Now, you may ask yourself, so where are we now and where are we going to be in the future? So right now, the housing market has really slowed down. So most experts will predict that maybe in the next couple of years, you'll see house prices stay pretty flat and interest rates may slowly go down. Most of this transformation will be affected by supply and demand, immigration, interest rates, rent prices, and population growth. At the moment, housing starts have also declined due to rising interest rates, labor shortages, and reduced buyer interest, creating a supply-demand imbalance. In some places, rent prices have increased by up to 21%, so that has been really impacted by international students, and some that were renting before may even consider buying now. So now you may ask me, so Suzanne, should I buy a house right now? And I'm going to tell you no, wait. Because I think that in 2024 and 2025, you're going to see more opportunities. I think that the housing market will be pretty much flat in a lot of areas. And with the reduction in interest rates, eventually you will see more buyer interest. If you live in an area that has more demand for housing, as soon as interest rates start going down, you're going to see the market go up fairly quickly. So what you want to do is you can never time the market, but you want to try to get in before that happens. So I think a lot of people are saying interest rates should start going down slowly, maybe Q2, Q3 of next year, Q4, maybe beginning of 2024, may be even a good time to start looking. But for the people that live in a smaller city, I don't think these interest rates going down will have as much of an impact, so that'll give you a bit more time to find your dream home. Some people may even say that this is the best time to invest in real estate because although interest rates are high, you can potentially find a home for a much cheaper price, or you may be able to negotiate where before you wouldn't have been able to do that. You would have overpaid for the house and you may have foregone some things that you would have liked to do in order to get this house, such as doing a home inspection or putting any finance conditions on your offer so that you can be the first one to obtain this home. I also don't think that buying a home is going to get any easier in the future, unfortunately. So I think what you want to do is try to take advantage of this opportunity. Make sure you're not going to be paying more than you can afford, because the banks usually always pre-qualify you for more than you should actually maybe buy a house for. I think that maybe in the future, you may see mortgages go up for even 50, 75 years. There's certain countries that are doing that at the moment. They're called generational mortgages because it's the only way people can afford to buy a house. I hope it does not come to this in the future, but if it does, this might be an opportunity for you to get in now before all of this changes. And although buying a home may be more difficult today than it was maybe 5 or 10 years ago, it's not impossible. And I want to encourage you guys to follow your dreams. There's always a way if you're willing to put in the time and effort. So I hope this video has really resonated with you. I appreciate you guys listening, and I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next week.